Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm going to be doing some recommendations for the Join the Six readathon. If you don't know about this readathon, it is going from the 16th to the 22nd of August, and I'll leave my announcement video in the description below because that will make all of the information available to you. But basically, the in and out of it is based on Daisy Jones and the Six, and there are several different prompts, all for a different member of the band: guitar, keyboard, singer, bassist, drums, all that jazz. So because there are so many, rather than recommending books for every single prompt, because some of them, you know, they're quite obvious, a book with a black and white cover or own voice are probably quite easy to figure out. So I've decided to go with one prompt in each of the categories and go a little bit more in depth on those. So let's just go straight in with vocals. So with vocals, I'm concentrating on the written in verse prompts. Here's the full prompt card for vocals. And yeah, you just have to read 3 books and then you're done, you win. But with written in verse, I've got a bunch of recommendations for you. I can't reach any of my books, but I'll put them here. So first of all, Jason Reynolds. He's done a bunch of books that are written in verse, and I've read a few and they're really good, so you should read them. A lot of them are about race and about identity and stuff like that. We also have Manjit Man. I know she has at least 2 books that are written in verse. Elizabeth Acevedo is another one that has several books written in verse that are quite known in booktube, so I don't need to go into them very much. Clapwire is one that I've read, which is about these 2 girls and then their father dies in a plane accident, and then they figure out that their father is the same person, and it's from both their perspectives. One I haven't read yet but definitely want to get to is The Black Flamingo. This is about a boy learning to show his identity, I guess. I think it's about drag and about being who you are and all that jazz. I own it somewhere, I'm sure it's great. Also Kwame Alexander, I read a few of his about basketball, I want to say. It's been a while and I don't have it here, so that's another one to check out. One that I read quite recently, I say that it was probably ages ago, What Is Time, is Punch in the Air by Ibiza Boy and Yusuf Salam. Definitely recommend this one. It's about a boy who's sent to prison. We're straight there, we don't know at the beginning why he's been sent there. We're straight in at the verdict, and it's about him and art and trying to express himself. And like I just said, it is co-written by Yusuf Salam, who was one of the exonerated 5, so it definitely is hard-hitting as well. That's one coming up, but yeah, definitely recommend that one. Hopefully there's something there for you. So for the guitar prompt, I'm going to go into the 6-word title, because, you know, some people will probably think 6-word title, that's hard, but hey, I have quite a few for you, so you're welcome. Ones I can't grab right now are Simon vs. Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. There's all 3 of the Akatar books, that series, Sarah J Maas, all of them. We have History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. I'm very aware that I'm not really going into these books, but you know, deal with it. I had my second jab the other day and I'm not really feeling into going into loads of depth. We also have You're the One That I Want by Simon James Green. This is quite a recent one, Good Times. We have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Very, very good book. If you've not read this yet, then highly recommend. YA thriller. And finally, in my hands, I mean, imagine all of these just being readily available out of all my books. Various Are Great Is Not Okay by Adib Khorram. All of these have 6 words in the title. Next up, over to bass, and we're going to go with underhyped books. Instead of me listing them here, I'm going to link in the cards and down below in my description. Well, very recently I did a video about loads of indie books. They're all underhyped, they're indie, so watch that video, pick one up, check it out, read it. Easy peasy. Or, you know, very easy thing to do, look on your shelves, on your Kindle, on your library app, in your library, look in the place you're getting your books. Find a title that people don't talk about, boom, read that one. We're about halfway through, so you know what time it is. Let's go over to them sponsors and then I'll be back. Hi. Hey butt. Hey butt. Butt. Next up for drums, I'm going to be talking about the hard-hitting one. This is very much my speciality. I read a lot of hard-hitting books. I have a whole shelf on Goodreads called Don't Wet the Page with Your Tears because I cry a lot of books. I've managed to find a few of these in the stacks everywhere. But if you still want recommendations, then like I say, check out my Goodreads. There's loads on there. So first of all, One of Us by Asno Sierstad. This is non-fiction about the massacre in Norway in 2011. Very hard-hitting, real life, actual things. Amazing book. If you're into true crime, read it because it will change your opinion on how true crime books are written and how we should have more emphasis on the victims and the people they happen to rather than just the person that did it. It's just really good and obviously hard-hitting. I mean, it's real life. The Wicker King by Kay Ankrum. This one is a bit different, a bit weird and wonderful. It's kind of hard to categorise. It's mainly about two characters and it's very intense. And even the way it's written, it starts out in a white and then it goes darker and darker around the edges when stuff's happening, and then it ends up being fully black pages because stuff's happening. And yeah, it's really good and hard to even describe. And also, total side note, there is a novella, there's 6 letters in the title. Can't remember it right now. The Golden Crow of something or other. That exists as well. Even though it's a totally different prompt list. But if you want to do 2 somehow, then that works. I have Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I feel like this is one that you've probably heard of. It's middle grade-ish. It's about a boy dealing with an ill parent and a monster that comes and tells him stories, and it's very much hard-hitting. And I know I'm telling you stuff about the hard-hitting books but not about any of the other ones, but I feel like it's more important to tell you what these ones are about, I guess, so you know what you're getting yourself in for. And then the last one on this list, The Cost of Knowing by Brittany Morris. This is about a boy who can see the future whenever he touches something, and he touches his younger brother and sees that in the very near future he's gonna die. So it's all about him trying to become a friend and a brother to his younger brother because they've parted, they're very distanced at the moment and he don't really know anything about him, and trying to figure out if he can change the future. And it also deals with racism in here, which is another obvious hard-hitting topic. And then last but not least, for the keyboards prompt, I'm going to be talking about It Intimidates You prompt. This one, I feel like on the surface, it might seem very specific. Maybe you'll think, oh, a book that's really big and I'm intimidated by the size, or oh, a book in a genre that I'm not really familiar with, which of course both of these things do count as intimidating. But there are so many different ways that you can see this. Obviously I can't give you specific recommendations for this because we're different people, probably, hopefully, doppelganger. But yeah, think of it like this. It could be the second book in a series. You don't know if it's going to be as good as the first one, or the last book in a series. Is it going to work out the way you want? It could be a book by an author that you really loved. You loved a standalone by them or a series by them, and you kind of intimidate because maybe it's just that one book that you love and there are other ones that are not going to be as good. Or maybe the opposite of that. Maybe you read a book that's not very good and you're a bit intimidated by trying out another book by that author because maybe they're just not somebody that gels with you. There are so many different ways that you can fit this prompt to your reading, so it's not as small as it seems to be. And there we go. Hopefully I've thrown in a few recommendations here and there. I know I didn't go fully into a lot of the books here, but check them out on Goodreads or ask me down below if you want more info about them. And yeah, let me know down below if you are joining us in the Join the Six Readathon, which pathway you're going for. I'm not even 100% yet, and I'm literally filming my TBR right after this. I need to figure out which one I'm going for. So yeah, say some words down below and I'll reply. And if this is your first video by me and you enjoy it, then please check out some of the others. And if you continue to enjoy, then please subscribe, that'd be awesome. Anyway guys, I'll see you in a few days with another video.